Go up audio. Pump a little bit.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We're at part 3 of our series, the GodFirst experiment. And hey, before I get into this, I've been looking here. Is Brittany, are you in the room? Kelsey? Brittany? Hey, okay, would you come up here real quick? I think I see Kelsey too. Would you guys mind coming up real quick? Here? Okay. Yesterday, I know I've been talking about this a lot, but it's hard not to. Hey, the Freedom High School girls won the state championship. Playing in that arena. My family was in Richmond yesterday for the game, and man, was it exciting. Brittany's on the floor scrapping and pulling and gotten a couple jump balls. I was so excited. Kelsey had a triple-double. When she was MVP of the state championship game. You know what I love is that stars, real stars, genuine stars, are putting God first in their life. With all their passion for basketball. I love that. I love seeing how involved they are. Really cool. Okay. So how's the experiment going? How's it going? Good. Yeah? I've been hearing great feedback. And this is what I want to say to start off this morning more than anything else. Don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. Life comes at us fast when we're trying to put God first and make Him first in areas that maybe we've never really trusted Him with. There can be setbacks and there can be discouraging days. Don't let that have a bigger effect than it should, okay? We're in this together. God's with us. He's walking with us. He's not the vengeful God that a lot of us have been taught. He's a God of mercy and hope, there to pick us up and walk with us. So don't get discouraged. If this is new to you, if you've missed the first couple of weeks, it's not too late. We're really just getting started in the series, so just jump in with us, okay? This experiment. This is what I want to say to start this off now, today in our focus. I've talked about it before, and this is the hinge point, I think the linchpin in this series, this idea of God becoming first, truly, practically occurring in our lives where God takes center stage in areas where we've been first, or we've been the center point. What we're going to talk about for the next few minutes, I think, is so critical. And how we actually practically make Him first, and we don't just say it, and we don't just come to church once a week on Sundays. And it begins with this. Everybody, I believe this to the core of my being, everybody worships something. Every one of us worships something. It's what you do. You can't help it. You cannot help but worship. It's why you were made. It's what you were made to do. You were wired to be a worshiper. And if you don't worship God, places like Romans chapter 1 in the Bible and many other places through Scripture teach us that if you don't worship God, you will replace Him with someone or something else. Why? Because we can't help it. We can't help but worship. It's what we were made to be. You are a worshiper. This explains this idea of replacing God, directing our worship towards someone or something else, some other idea. And suddenly we find that maybe God seems distant, or we don't know if He's hearing us. We can't figure out, is He really for me? It seems like, why would this happen? When those questions start to dominate our spiritual life, it's really explaining what happens the moment that God has moved from first into a compartmentalized area of life, where you suddenly could describe yourself in terms of saying, well, I'm a salesman, I'm a soccer coach, I'm a mom of 3 kids, I do this community activity in my neighborhood. Oh, and I'm a Christian. I go to church on Sundays too. As if God becomes one of the many areas or priorities of our life, rather than those important priorities revolving around God's timing.